I would love to know, Miss Laura Benanti, what is your definition of kindness?
I think that we cannot have kindness without empathy. So for me, it's using your empathy in service of another. It's not being nice, and I'm saying that in quotes for those listening. A lot of times being nice means nothing. Anybody can be nice.
Yeah.
But true kindness, and I don't even believe kindness necessarily means putting someone else before yourself. I think true acts of kindness are empathetic expressions of love. My mom, Linda, and my dad, Marty, they were both Broadway performers, and they divorced when I was very young. It's about a year and a half. And then my mom remarried my dad, Sal, who is a psychotherapist and a holistic health counselor. So I saw through my dad, Marty, how one can be brave and live their dream. And then I saw through my mother sacrifice, the choice that she made to stop living her dream in order to raise her children in a way that was meaningful to her and never held it over our heads or reminded us. And then from my dad, Sal, his deep inner wisdom, and then the years and years he spent as a graduate student at Columbia. So I had three very different yet complementary ways of moving through the world. I think there was an expectation of me that because I looked like a grown-up and I was playing a grown-up, that I was a grown-up, and I wasn't.
Mm.
And there were no kids my age, no young, people my age. Everyone my age was in college. I was only at NYU for 2 weeks. So I was there long enough to make one friend, Michael Benjamin Washington, who's a wonderful actor. But other than that, he was my only friend. And so, yes, I had imposter syndrome. And also, I felt like this is all I have. My career, my talent, that's all I am. And I don't exist outside of that.
What is a major act of kindness that you feel like changed your trajectory or your life?
There were so many acts of kindness in my life.
I'm
I've been
glad.
shown a lot of grace.
Mm.
I have been shown a lot of grace. I did not always behave in a way that I am proud of.
Mm.
And I used to really punish myself for that. And I look back and I think, I was a child. I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Those times where people are in college and making their mistakes. And I just thought, oh, I'm a monster. I'm a monster for that. So I got a lot of grace, which I think is kind.
Yeah.
In particular, a woman named Julia Murney, an actress named Julia Murney.
Yes.
She really took me under her wing. She really looked past my immaturity. She looked past a lot of behavior and layers of personality, and she saw my essence. It was Friday the 13th, March
Oh my
2020,
goodness.
which was the first day that we were all told to quarantine and that it would be about 2 weeks, but we didn't know. And my mom was on her phone. And look, I knew that something was wrong, but it was really wrong. And I was like, are you okay? And she said, I keep getting texts from all of my students that their shows are canceled.
Oh.
And they're just devastated. And I thought back to my experience as a theater kid and how that saved me and how it was the one time of year that I didn't feel like an outcast, where people were like, no, weirdo's talented. That it gave me life. And so I just didn't want these young people to go into their rooms not knowing what this health emergency is, not being able to be with their friends and express themselves in the way they had been working so hard for, and to just go into their rooms and feel like ghosts. And so I just went out on my parents' porch and I did a video saying, essentially it's not the same as performing for your communities, but if you'd like to perform for me, I want to watch you.
I get
And
goosebumps still.
oh, thank
I
you.
think that's
And,
so sweet.
I thought I'd get like 20 videos and I got 20,000 videos. I mean, I stopped counting. And I watched every single one and commented on every single one because I said I would.
Mhm.
And what I learned is how many talented people there are in this world. Not every talented person meets opportunity. And so the way social media can be used for good is opportunity.
Well, okay, with these roles that I feel like maybe on younger Melania, I know Melania is a sketch, but just with roles that you don't necessarily connect to on a moral level, how do you get past that? And I know it's like everybody's complex, but do you ever struggle to connect to certain roles?
You can't judge your characters, and I try not to judge people in life.
Mm,
Like we say, nobody, I feel like if my dad always says this, my dad Sal, if we had the tape of every person in the world and could rewind and watch it back, we would understand more who they
yes.
are today. We would have the empathy to understand their choices, who they have become. And for me, it's finding the humanity in them. The words will take care of that. The words will take care of themselves. So if I say the words without judgment of my character, with the intention of what I want from the other person, that's my job.